Hello and good morning and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently standing on a hill overlooking this beautiful view behind me, and we'll actually be heading in that direction today because I'm going to be taking in what's called the Wiang Haeng loop. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I'll show you on the map what I mean and where we're going today. We're going to visit the town of Wiang Haeng, and that's meant to be the spot where King Naresuan died, and he was a famous king who had many battles against the Burmese and defeated them, basically got them out of Siam back in the day. I think he reigned between 1590 and 1605. There's also a temple in the town which has his hat, so we'll see if we can find that. And also we'll visit another town whose name I've forgotten, Piang something, I'll put it up on the screen. That's very close to the Burmese border, so hopefully we can get up to the Burmese border and have a look around there before we then end the video at a town called Aranotai. But for now, let's take in this view because it's beautiful, and then after that we'll visit a temple here which I'm standing right outside. It's a beautiful Burmese Shan temple, so I'll show you that as well. So let's get going. So it's about 9:30 in the morning, and I woke up in Chiang Dao, and it was very misty. But luckily the mist is burning back now. But this is a beautiful view, and we'll be heading up, as I said, up into these hills very shortly. So I'm going to show you around this beautiful temple. It looks like everything is gold. Even these buildings are painted gold where the monks sleep. So the temple here, because it's Shan Burmese, it has this, which is called a golden rock. And it's basically a gold painted boulder. And it's modelled on one, a famous one that I've actually visited in Burma, in Myanmar I should call it, near a place called Bago. And I'll put some pictures of it up on the screen. But this one is very, very big. And you can see here, it's literally hanging off the side here. Wow. And then we've got a huge, lovely view here. I mean, look at that, that's stunning. Probably doesn't come out on the video very well, but beautiful setting here. So this is the junction where the loop to Wiang Haeng begins on, I think it's the 1178 is the road that goes to Chiang Dao. So we're not far from the town of Wiang Haeng, and they put this sort of gate here along the road that's very reminiscent of the walls in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai and other places that are kind of based on what they would have looked like during Lana times, the Lana Kingdom. And we're currently at 1,540 meters here, so that's pretty high. I mean, the road up here is pretty epic. And this, I believe, is King Naresuan, as we're not that far away from the town of Wiang Haeng. So they've got a statue here of him, and a shrine basically. And the cockerels, right on cue, we've got statues of one, and then we've got a real life one. They're probably thinking, oh, these are my ancestors. But they they symbolise sort of strength and you know, sort of power. Okay, so I was 5 meters out. We're at 1,535 meters. Still pretty high though. That's near enough the same height as the top of Doi Satep, which is the mountain that overlooks Chiang Mai. I mean, the scenery is just breathtaking here. And as it's the end of November, as I film this, we're not that long out of the wet season, so everything's very green. It's beautiful. I think way over there maybe is, I don't know if you can make it out, but I think that's Doi Chiang Dao. So this village, a couple of kilometers from the gates where we just stopped, is called Ban Laowu. And you can see some traditional wooden stilt houses here. So we've reached the outskirts of the town of Wiang Haeng, and we're here at the, I think this celebrates the 400th anniversary of his death, maybe, of King Naresuan. And this is meant to be the point where he died. So King Naresuan reigned between 1590 and 1605, and he's considered one of Thailand's greatest monarchs because it was him who defeated the Burmese. And not content with that, he also went on into Burma and captured places like Bago from the ruler there. Legend has it that he defeated the King of Burma in an elephant-backed duel. Historians can't decide if he died here or if he died in Burma. What we do know is that his ashes are interned in Shan State in Burma. The cockerels you'll see everywhere symbolise courage and a fighting spirit, and normally surrounds very important kings. So rather conveniently, they've left a window open towards the back of this pavilion, and there you can get a good view of King Naresuan's hat. Well, luckily a lovely lady monk here has let me in to take a closer look. And can you see where this sort of tear is in the middle? That's where somebody with a sword hit him, and it's believed that's how he died, maybe. So yeah, who knows? Some say it was malaria, but others differ. So the lady monk who let me take a closer look at King Naresuan's hat has said this stupa is 700 years old. So we're now just about to enter the small town of Piang Luang. That's how it's spelt on the maps, despite it saying on the sign here, Piang Luang. And we're only about 4 kilometers away from the Burmese border, which we'll visit in a few minutes. But this place was nothing more than a small trading post back in the day until the late 1960s, when a general of the, I think it was the Shan Revolutionary Army, something like that, I put the name of the army up on the screen, he settled here. Many of the town's residents are descendants or either the Shan soldiers or of the rivals that they fought against, which was the KMT, the Chinese Nationalist Party, which was founded by Sun Yat-sen, who himself fled communist China and Mao Zedong. Right, we're now about 4 kilometers north of where we were in Piang Luang, and this is a village called Ban Laktaeng, and this is the village's main temple. I put the name up on the screen, but we're right on the Burmese border. If I just pan round, and you see these trees, and then just over there, that's Burma, and you can see some fence. And what I'll do is I'll show you around the temple and this area. I'll explain the history of this area, because there's quite a lot of history here, and I can't remember it all, so I'm going to say all of it on a voiceover. Most of the temple, as you see it today, was constructed in the late 1960s, when the village was chosen as the base for the Shan United Revolution Army, who were fighting the Burmese military for autonomy under the leadership of General Mao Zedong. The events that led to the construction of this temple go back to January 1947, when an agreement between various ethnic leaders of Shan State and the then Burmese Prime Minister Aung San was made that granted them the right to become an autonomous state within Burma, after having lived peacefully together for 10 years. However, when Aung San was assassinated only 6 months later, the new Burmese leaders annulled this agreement. After years of fighting and suppression, General Mao Zedong finally moved his headquarters from southern Shan State to Piang Luang. As a devoted Buddhist, Mo Heng invited his Shan compatriots from across the border to participate in the construction of this temple. When Burmese government forces reached a peace deal with the Shan army in 1996, the area reverted to Burmese government control. As long as both sides of the border had been under de facto administration of the Shan, there wasn't an issue. The Thais were always sympathetic to their ethnic cousins, and the Burmese weren't in any position to do anything about it. But when the time came to mark out the legal frontier, both governments realised that, according to earlier British and Siamese surveys, the actual border was found to go straight through the middle of the temple grounds. And we have another monument dedicated to King Naresuan, right at the border with the Burmese. So he's always keeping an eye on them. I suppose he's looking out actually in that direction towards Burma, towards Miramarsoy. And you can see they've kind of captured the battle on Elephant Back. And from the temple we've just come up a steep hill, and on top of it is the tomb of General Mo Heng. And then there's a smaller tomb, not too sure who that is. On the side of his tomb they've got sort of important dates of his life and what he did. And that's where I'm going to leave off this video for now. If you like it, then give me a big thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel down below. Until the next video, see you later.